Sad to say, but as most of us know, when we think about the FLDS church, not so great things come to mind. And this is the same thing for this case that we're going to be talking about today. And if you want to know more about this case, please continue watching. And it's just so many questions that I have. And I bet he would run after what he's done. The FBI is offering a reward. What was the order of events?
Never stop looking.
Are now questioning a number of people.
For 13-year-old Allen.
The search is still underway for two missing children from Jefferson County.
Deputies still searching for 13-year-old Allen Fischer and 15-year-old Rachelle Fischer. Now, Rachelle was last seen in a dark green prairie dress similar to what you see here on the screen with braided hair. Allen was wearing a light blue shirt, jeans, and black Crocs.
Now today, new at noon, investigators have confirmed that the vehicle that was reported thought to be involved was not in Idaho when the kids went missing, which was on Sunday between 6 and 8 p.m. Investigators do not know if they've left the area or are close by.
Their mother, though, left the Fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and fears for her kids' safety. In an interview you'll only see here on Local News 8, Chris Nessman spoke with her about her fears.
Emotional, very emotional. I've cried a lot.
Rachelle and Allen Fischer, gone. The suspects, family members who are still a part of the FLDS Church. The organization.
Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Culture that Elizabeth once was a part of, but then left.
I had been sent away to repent. When I decided to come back and get my children who had been left in the church with other people, then they automatically banned me as an apostate.
By labeling Elizabeth as an apostate, the FLDS Church tells its members to cease any contact with her and keep her kids away from her, even though she has sole court-ordered custody.
And that's part of what's going on with my children. Their father's been trying to get them.
Although June 22nd might have started out as a normal day for 13-year-old Allen Fischer and his sister, 15-year-old Rachel Fischer, it would not end that way. Dangerous in more ways than one for the children. First of all, they could marry Rachel off even though she's only 15 years of age, because that's what they tend to do in these cults like this, the FLDS being one of them. They marry children off, especially girls, at a younger age than they do boys. And sometimes, depending on the number of men in the community and that are needed to run and function the community, they'll get rid of the younger boys and it'll leave room for the older men, because the girls start to see the younger boys as attractive and they want to get to know them better so they can start courting and possibly get married, or well, with the intention of getting married, because that's how some parts of the FLDS work. They don't believe in dating and things like that. They believe in finding one person, getting married to that person, and having as many kids as possible as you possibly can. But in this case, the mother feels like they have left with their older sibling to fulfill their religious obligations. And unfortunately, Allen could be gotten rid of if he's become the interest of some young girl, because like I said earlier, the older men tend to do that if there are not that many that are needed to run the community and build things and things of that nature. But they were last seen wearing traditional FLDS clothing. Rachel was reported last seen wearing a dark green prairie dress, as I mentioned earlier, while Allen was seen wearing a light blue shirt with blue jeans and black slip-on shoes that are similar to Crocs before their alleged abduction. Now, an organization that goes by the name Holding Out Help is an organization that helps survivors of polygamy, is expressing concern for the missing teens, citing fear that the FLDS church is trying to get the teens to abide by its rules. And that can be very scary because we all know what goes on in these cults, unfortunately. Now, the mother, Elizabeth Roundley, said that she believes that adult siblings of these two teenagers, Alan and Rachel, might have been the ones who took them, because these adult siblings of these two are still active members in the church, although Alan and Rachel and their mother Elizabeth left the church about 5 years ago. And she is concerned that the adult siblings might have gotten into their heads and told them that they do not need to be out and be a part of the world because they'll get hurt. Because a lot of times these cults will instill fear about the outside world to their members, and they'll make them feel like the safest place that they can be is in their little community, where all of this goes on, like the early marriages and sometimes plural marriages within these cults like this. They'll convince these kids that no, this is the place where you need to be. You'll be more safe and more loved and more cared for. But if you're a part of the outside world, demons and bad things can enter your brain and make you do bad things and make you end up in hell or whatever they believe in. So they'll convince them to stay in the church, even though things that they're going through is very wrong. But their mom and her sister, I'm guessing, is Elnitra D. Fisher. No, I'm sorry. This is an 18-year older sibling than Alan and Rachel. Her name is Elnitra D. Fisher, and she is the teen's older sibling, and she was reported missing on January 1st of 2023 and has yet to be located. Roundly believes the children left with her to fulfill their religious obligations.